How are we doing this? Just like that, Tori, that's how you do it? Bruh, a hatchback struggling doesn't leave me very confident with the tuk-tuk. Oh. So there's not many people that can say they brought a tuk-tuk on a ferry and crossed along the Amazon River. And I think this is going to be the longest 24 hours of my entire life. Putting the flag back on the tuk-tuk. Wow.
Good to still have you here, Ryan.
Yes.
Can confirm we crossed today.
So this is Belém, and after visiting 17 other states and always hearing at least somebody mention a few things about the previous place I'd been, I had not once heard anything about the state of Pará. So with zero expectations, I went from honestly not liking Belém when I first arrived to it quickly becoming one of my favorite cities in Brazil. Like, just look at this culture. Don't get me wrong, I love Australia, but we don't have this where I'm from.
É impressionante, Brasil. Gosto muito. My first Shopee Vino, what the heck?
But all good things must come to an end, and with just 3 weeks remaining on my Brazilian visa, we did unfortunately have to move on. But one huge obstacle stood in our path, a 500-kilometer wide section of islands split by the snakingly long Amazonian River, with one way across.
Righto legends, we're at the bus station of Belém to go to Macapá. There's a 24-hour ferry that we've got to get on basically here. And if you've ever been to like a bus station in Latin America, you know it's a pretty chaotic, hectic place. Everybody's a bit stressed. We're trying to cross the Amazon River to get north into French Guiana. This is the only way to do it. So here we go, 500 kilometers of ferry. We're about to go buy the ticket, wish us luck.
Yeah, eu vou dormir no meu carro.
Eu tenho uma cama, carro. Tá bom. Como?
De boa.
Eu vou dormir com ela. É meu carro. É mesmo.
Hope to get on that bus on Wednesday, next weekend.
Yeah, and I will be going to French Guiana. I'll be going to the border in my car. Yeah?
My car. What kind of car?
It's a tuk-tuk, like a three-wheel vehicle from Thailand, you know,
Yeah,
India.
Thailand, yeah.
It's a tuk-tuk from Bolivia. I bought it, and I've been traveling 3 years.
You bought it in Bolivia?
I've been traveling 3 years.
You're here now with it.
Well, nice to meet you, Dave.
All right, mate, I might
Nice to
see you
meet you.
next week.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good, you too. They got the ferry ticket, right, to get across. We were here for a while. Look at how the weather's changed in Belém. It's absolute chaos with the rain coming down. This is what we're dealing with in Brazil, the rainy season. But the rainy season's apparently getting better. It was about $200 US all up. We don't have a room. Patty and I are sleeping in the tuk-tuk. Thank goodness we've got the bed installed because we're gonna need it for 24 hours of kind of being confined to a tuk-tuk. We couldn't have her in the room, so there's no point getting the room because if I was in the room, she would always have to be in the pet dock section in a crate. We're going for it.
To reverse it back a bit, if you think you might have missed an episode or so with us almost teleporting from the sand dune lagoons of the previous public episode all the way to the water's edge of the Amazonian River in Belém, I had a birthday week of travel.
It's apparently my birthday. There she is. A tuki.
To be transparent, this maybe was the loneliest I've ever felt for a birthday, but in turn, shared it with the Patreon viewers in a relaxed and more open style vlog, almost as if they were there along with me.
We had to use the max tracks to get on, didn't we,
miss parts.
I left a lot of the raw moments I'd usually cut and didn't want to hinder the current series with a spanner in the works. Just know I'm doing a lot better now, and I'll leave the link to that video in the description. We ended up staying 2 weeks in Belém, waiting for the boat departure, but also letting Patty rest. She had a weird spot on the underside of her foot which she wouldn't stop licking, and that morning I woke up to check on her. If she hadn't improved, I was about to follow through on my vet contacts recommendations, get a couple of prescription doggy medications, and also buy her a cone. For those long-term viewers who kinda get the gist of Patty's personality, you all know how much she would have absolutely hated wearing a cone. She's now all back to normal. Right, because we've got some days here in Belém to enjoy before we get on the boat, we've come to a little island spot, left Pat's at home, and we're gonna have a little bit of a restaurant feed. We've just popped up on this boat. Yo, this place is insane. I went and finished some last minute border paperwork and bought my weight in boat snacks. We are now finally back on the road.
Precisei sair pra poder voltar, ver o tempo bem fechado, pra ver o dia clarear.
How beautiful is Belém, man? I've loved this city, hey. What? Why are you the cutest, Miss Pond? What is that face? He's so happy. She's on the drive. He has been loving being back in the tuk-tuk. What's you saying, buddy? Well then, legends, this is it. This is the ferry we're gonna embark on to go from Belém to Macapá for the next 24 hours. This is gonna be quite a ride. We've never been on a ferry for more than an hour, and we try to avoid them because we are trying to drive a tuk-tuk to Alaska, legitimately. So the big fat Amazonian River exists, and this is a 500-kilometer detour that we have to take to get to French Guyana. We're on our way out of Brazil. Our visa's almost out of time as well, so this is perfect. This is gonna be rough, I think. Yeah, legends, we've got like the worst positioning for this. Obrigado para tentar. Tá bom.
Mas pode ficar com ele, rodar com ele aqui, não tem problema não.
Obrigado, talvez.
Pode andar com
Eu
ele
vou
aqui.
fazer.
Só não pode subir,
No,
tá?
no vou subir. So that there's one of the workers that is just moving vehicles. So a lot of the drivers leave their vehicles here and somebody's gonna pick them up on the other side. So there's not many actual passengers other than upstairs. But we've got like the worst positioning here, the tuk-tuk. We requested many times to different staff members to try to maneuver ourselves into the shade, and they just, I guess in a hurry, they just stuffed all the trucks in first, and we've just been left out high and dry, I guess, in the sun. So yeah, obviously the boat's gonna move, the sun's gonna move, but yeah, he tried to pull the truck out for us to shimmy ourselves in, but no cigar, I guess. And the restaurant's upstairs, so I can go there, and I will frequent there a bit, but
It's gonna be a rough 24 hours on the boat dock deck of a Brazilian ferry trying to cross the Amazonian River. See you later, Belém. That was a very, very nice stay. We had 2 weeks here, actually. Damn it. We're in the main traffic area as well. All the foot traffic passing through. This is no good, eh? This is terrible. This is terrible. And the Brazilian sun is out. Where's he going? What's he worried about? Good girl. We're gonna get the bed together, huh? That's step one. We can share, you think? I'm coming in. You don't want to share? You're gonna be chilling. Come. So for the first of many tuk-tuk picnics, we had a prepared lunch. Crumpled up chicken rice. There's no privacy here. This is worse than an airplane somehow, even though I don't have somebody either side me. It's a fettuccine pasta. I don't know what we've done. We've stopped. We've stopped for about an hour. Everybody's looking in on the tuk-tuk setup, Miss Pat. We've stopped at the docks. Our passengers get on here. So there's a vehicle stop and a passenger stop. Anyway, I probably shouldn't leave you alone, should I? Especially with the food, you're so well behaved, you didn't even touch it. This is tough, Miss Plants. It's so hot. The engine noise is roaring. I'm never gonna take a plane flight for granted. But at least I can have you next to me. 5 out of 10. We're together, we're happy, we're moving, sometimes. And after a mediocre lunch, there's nothing better than a mystery cake, I think. So they're calling it a Hosca. Looks like a brioche lolly cake, I guess. Not bad for $3 US. All right. What's the world saying, Miss Putz? We've had a nice little bit of a rest. We've got the tuk-tuk semi-covered up. It's made it a lot cooler inside, which has been pretty nice. A little bit of land that we're going to be driving beside. We're moving pretty quick, but it's very stable. I'm actually very impressed with how well Patty's doing. She seems very, very comfortable. Drinking, chilling, without any issue. It's not as big of a ferry as I thought. Like, I've been on bigger ferries, that's for sure. I guess it's pretty windy, but this would have been kind of what I was expecting, like where I wanted to stay, but maybe it's better where we are. I think maybe everything happens for a reason. It's very loud back here as well. The engine room's back here. It's just a bit everywhere now. And the wind just completely gets shut off here, which is nice. All right, put you back on the bed. You chilling, Miss Potts? You can do it, please. Good girl. Okay, please. Happy butters. And this is the nurse's office, apparently. And the bathroom. What's the bathroom looking like? I've smelt better smells before, I'll tell you that. But simple setup. A little caramel dulce de leche.
it's incredible, eh? Just been out here for a while watching the world go by. Brazil is such an epic place. There's a little house of some sorts on the riverbank there. I'm just watching the little speedboats go in and out of these river canals. Patty still hasn't used the bathroom yet, but it's still early days. We're about 6 hours in on the journey and we've only gone about 90 kilometers. There we go, another opportunity to shout out the Patreon legends, even providing us the bed space for the day. Please. That's the setup.
Dude, this looks like a movie from my bedroom windows.
You're the cutest. It's kind of just us, Miss Pats. It's kind of just us. That's epic, man. To go just as a passenger, by the way, it's about $30 US. So it is economical. Oh, look at this legend. That's life, eh? UK Bubble Butters. Right, this is the setup that everyone's got working with. Hammocks. This is pretty cool. There's I think restaurants upstairs. Oh no, it's just more hammocks. Dude, there's a lot more people on this boat than I thought. I thought it was all empty car. Ah, this is where the aircon's at.
So this is what a $6 feed on the ferry gets you. It's pretty filling actually. Pasta, rice, farofa, salad, and a bit of chicken. I could have got steak as well if I'd like. We're right above the engine room, so that's why it's really loud. And apparently I can't eat this in the tuk-tuk with Pat. So we're gonna book in. Up we go. Some sort of juice. $6, man, this is pretty good. We got an aside, did we? We didn't want to stay up there too long. Brazil, man. True. Wow. I just remembered they don't put sugar in their acai in the north. So this is my first acai in the north. It's really good as well. Miss Pats, I'm so proud of you. She just did a whiz. Well, legends, very successful day, and Patty even ate dinner. So proud of her. Proud of us, to be honest. We're doing it. We'll try to get a bit of sleep tonight. I don't know how well that's gonna go, but we'll see. We'll try our best. Because Bubba Butters, you're too big to be lying lengthways along the back. We've got to share. Come on. There we go. Got the legs kind of curl. We're in a tuk-tuk on a ferry. Life's pretty good. Good night, legends. Good night, Miss Pie. Good morning. How'd you sleep? I slept pretty good. I think she did as well. We've tried to coax out a morning pee, haven't we, Miss Pats? With no success yet. Engine roar was quite soothing, I think. I didn't really wake up during the night. Very, very stable ship. It's 10 a.m., so we had a good sleep in. And we're supposed to be arriving at 11, but we're still about 100 kilometers away. So I think that 24-hour ferry is gonna be looking more like the 30 hours that it could get to. And we've got just a simple breakfast, Miss Pats. This is a biscuit filled with cupuaçu. So that's like a type of fruit, and they've made it to a jam. So I bought this traditional snack, a little tortilla, and this is peanut butter. And you're not quite feeling like breakfast yet, are you, Miss Pats? That's okay. Cupuaçu, I've never tried these before, so I thought this would be a nice little Brazilian snack. These are damn good. Like, that's a very nice biscuit. Solid, like 7.5 out of 10 score for this.
bro. You're the best.
Yeah, so now it's 1 p.m. Still a fair way away. Crazy to fathom that the Amazon River is giving life to all this wilderness, and it's so full. And the fact that humans have just made boats to go between these places, then built roads on these places. Some of the thick jungle, it seems so uninhabitable, but there's so many houses that just sit along the riverbank. What we're doing at Miss Pat's, we're finally packing the tuk-tuk, and the issue now, it's Friday, so being 3 p.m, probably 3:30 that we're gonna arrive, I can't do any of the paperwork for the border crossing today, and the offices are closed over the weekend, so we're staying in Macapa at least probably until Tuesday or Wednesday, because the vet documents usually take a little bit longer, and then I'm probably just gonna drive to the border all in this episode for y'all and have the episode after that. A new country. Finally, Miss Pat's, we're doing it. We are doing it. Why are you the cutest? How are we doing this? It's some madness. There's some more boards though. I might need a third board, eh? Just like that, Tori, that's how you do it. Bruh, a hatchback struggling doesn't leave me very confident with the tuk-tuk. It's gonna be a job for the Max tracks. So this is a pretty hectic business. Everybody's wheeling out of here, and there's already the line to go back to Belém starting. They must just change drivers. This is a business, ladies and gentlemen. This boat's working overtime. We've got to get a third kind of wooden block on here, and I've just tried to pick one up. I didn't realize it'd be about like 150 kilos. That's crazy. This guy's reversing up. It looks like he's done this before. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Como vamos? É terceiro de isso, né? Ah, perfeito. Holy heck. Obrigado. Free. Relax. Já? Didn't have any faith in that. That worked out. Obrigado, amigos. Obrigado. 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 We did it. We did it, Tori. Oh my gosh. I had no faith. What an adventure. That was a very wobbly, dodgy kind of exit. Oh my goodness. Not tuk-tuk approved, I think, Miss Parts. Let's get out of here.
my heart. Sitting on the spikiest of max tracks. Let's just get you to some land, Miss Pats. You want to touch down on some soil? Pode sair?
É porque é assim, mano. Boa tarde. Gostei da camisa, viu?
Gosto da sua camisa. Não entendi, não há problema.
Assim, meu amigo, deixa eu lhe falar. O senhor veio na embarcação, correto? Tem a taxa da embarcação, que eu acredito que o senhor já pagou, que foi de trazer o senhor, e tem a taxa de operação portuária. R$30 do veículo, desembarque do veículo.
Ok. Não, só nadie me falou isso. Tá bom. The boat docks. We survived it, we made it, we lived it. Ciao. Experienced that. Not many people can say they did that in a tuk-tuk, I'll tell you that, Miss Pats. Off we go. Macapá, baby. Let's get it. First stop. There we go. Touchdown on solid land. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Macapá. Welcome to the 18th state that we've crossed through in Brazil, and welcome to the Northern Hemisphere on this journey in a tuk-tuk. Well done. Como? Às vezes. Às vezes. Look at this. This is a beautiful scenery, colored houses that are all on the riverside. Lindos casas, gosto muito. We're getting out of here. Let's get to the Airbnb, Miss Pats. You had your piss? Life's moving a bit different around here. This is the first stop off, Macapá. First impressions to the bank. I like it. I like it. Bubba batteries. You care? You just happy to be, yeah, good girl. Straight into it. Brazil. All right, Miss Potts, how's that solid land treating you? We're gonna go treat ourselves now. Celebratory Burger King. Don't mind if I do. I'm a happy man. Right, Miss Potts, this is exactly what the doctor ordered. A bit of Burger King, 5:30 dinner, 6:30 bed. Oh man, we're a bit sleep deprived, very exhausted. I think we can afford a 1-chip patty tax. A 1-chip patty tax. Because any more than that, I don't think it's healthy for you. There you go. We're so lucky. A little nugget patty tax, there you go.
We eventually made it to a very comfortable Airbnb. This was $35 a night, and the only downside was the water pressure had me using the neighbor's garden hose to shower, which Patty was quite skeptical of. We stayed 4 nights here to rest up, and on Monday got the vet border documents and vehicle exit finalized before we then made the final 550-kilometer push to the end of the road in Brazil. Right, legends, here we have the last bit of civilization until we reach the border. I've got 100 kilometers of dirt, but I've been just notified that it's dirt like this. It's nice and dry. We haven't had rain all week, which has been perfect. I was kind of dreading this section of road, and I was actually thinking it could turn into an absolute mess and become its own episode, but it won't. I hope it doesn't. We do have a couple of like bridges, some wonky bridges. Apparently there's 20 of them, but apart from that, it's just gonna be some issue-free travel. We had a great day on the road yesterday after leaving Macapá, and the plan is basically to just get to the border, sleep tonight, and then cross into French Guiana tomorrow, which will all be in the next episode. So, how about that? Like, life's turning out pretty good. Can't complain, legends. Thanks for joining us. I'm really gonna miss this epic country. Bubba batteries, let's go together, eh? Let's have lunch. Little restaurant stop. How about that? They said that Patty's allowed in, which we love. We love Brazil. And this is our little plate that we made up. Legends, this might be our last Brazilian plate of food. So this is the first of 20 bridges. Here we go. I don't know how we're gonna do that. Jeepers. All right. It's tough. You gotta feather the accelerator. And we've got the 2 back wheels obviously on the edges. Definitely not designed for tuk-tuks, I'll tell you that.
As coisas chegam quando passam. Se o que aconteceu de errado, veja bem pelo outro lado, é o que faz você agora. Todas as migalhas do passado vão viver tempo de glória. Pois é.
Tudo bem? Valeu! The road's far better than I originally thought it would ever be, so we got lucky with that. Throwback to this dentist I had just outside of Fortaleza that was showing you pictures. He lived in Macapá for quite some years, and he was showing you pictures of what this road can look like in the middle of the rainy season. And I was very worried, but it's just conjured up some epic nature. Like the sights, ladies and gentlemen. Traveling, man. I flipping love it. Wow, Patsy, look at that, man. Little shacks off in the distance, like, man, we are in it. We're in a tuk-tuk, just getting to know some of the like wildest places. Like, I've not met any Brazilians until today that have gotten to know Oiapoque, where the border town before French Guiana. And then I don't know many people. I don't know anybody that's visited French Guiana. So we just stalled, but we're having a great time. We're having such a good time. What is my life? What is my life, man? Just looking at my vehicle of choice. Look at this fungi growing on the side of this bridge. That's epic. Right, rest up the tuk-tuk. And there's something I want to get off my chest, that I'm so eternally grateful for the memories and people and experiences I've lived in this Brazil leg of the journey. I feel of not just the countries, but I guess the chapters, because I consider this last 5.5 months in a single country somewhat of a chapter on this humongous journey. And I felt maybe I entered Brazil as a boy and I'm leaving very much matured. It's almost like it's just beginning, and I've got a lot to achieve. I've got a lot to conquer still, obviously, but I'm getting my legs, right? We've had quite a few setbacks. Progress is a difficult thing on a tuk-tuk journey like ours, and we're stoked to be ticking off more countries once again. Tudo bem, amigos? Tudo bem? Hardcore living out here, Mr. Pipe. But man, they're always happy, that's for sure.
Vamos a darle otra vez más. Miguelito, Master One, Dash, oye nena. Así. Juliana, paisana.
Yeah, that was definitely the sketchiest of the lot. Double kind of, there's not much hanging on there, so Max Trucks saved the day. Another win that we've had recently that I haven't yet mentioned here on YouTube is that finally we got the contract signed between the lawyers of the trucking company and myself for the crash payout reimbursement. UK, if you want to go inside, you can. It's raining. We've received the first 4 of 6 installment payouts, and the other 2 are scheduled for these next 2 months ahead. So it's truly a chapter closed now that I'm very, very happy for, to kind of put this all behind me. So I just wanted to put it here. This is an epic spot to just kind of close out the episode, close out also season 4 of the journey, starting fresh season 5 in French Guiana. And I'm just grateful for everything. So here's to the many more episodes ahead, and the experiences that we're going to live, the memories that we're going to make.
all together. And can't forget Miss Pats. I just thank you all for being here. We couldn't do it without you all.
Classic tuk-tuk travels, ladies and gentlemen. We're driving at night. The off-road took a lot longer than I thought it would. But we're loving it, and we've more or less got a hotel contact that we're going to tonight. So that'll be a bit of a reward for
The big day.
Oh man, check it out. What a changer. Like I've now showered, we've got the tent set up, so we've made it to Uyapoki. It took us the entire day. That off-road section was more hectic than I gave it credit for. It was just slow. And we tried to find a couple hotels. This whole region of North Brazil isn't really dog friendly, but this hotel manager said we could set up the tent in the garage, which is just incredible hospitality for our final night in Brazil. Tomorrow, French Guiana. What a day, what a day. Thanks, friends.